Hi, good day everyone. So today we are going to be doing Csec Maths Paper 1 Section 5, which is your statistics, and we'll be doing 2024 to 2017. Right, so the first thing we're going to be looking at is May-June 2024 Paper 1 Section 5, that is number 39 to 44. Alright, so let's go with the first one. The question says, Item 39 and 40 refers to the frequency distribution for which the average mass in kilograms of a group of children in the school, right? So they have, if you are 21 to 30 kilograms, there's 28 students. 31 to 40 is 34 students. 41 to 50 kilograms, 12 students are that weight, is that weight. 51 to 60, 38 students are that weight. And 61 to 70, 20 students are that weight. Right, so what we're going to be doing is the number of children who has at least, for the least is 41, so it's 41 and more. So we're looking at this section, where's this the thing? It's this one, and this one. Right, so that's 12 and 38 is 12 and 38 is 50, and then 50 and 20 is 70. So we're adding 12 plus 38 plus 20, 8 and, right, that's 10, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the one outside. So this is C. Right, the lower limit of the modal class is, modal means most popular. Right, the most popular one here is 38. Right, and you want the lower limit. So to get your lower limit, right, you would add the modal class. They would add, I believe it is adding, sorry, let me just do that. The lower limit for the modal class, so the modal class is 38, so I believe you're supposed to add, okay, so the lower limit of the modal class is, so we want the lower limit of the most popular. We said the most popular was 38. The lower limit would be 51. Right? So that is 51. Then we're looking at number 41. Mrs. Class arranged 15 test scores of a student in order of size. She selected the 8th score for reporting purposes. Which of the following statistical measurements did Miss Clark obtain? Mean, we don't have enough information to say that is mean. Mode, still. Range, no, because they just said there was the 8th score, right? The most logical answer would be your median. And how did I say median? Median is the middle, which comes in the middle. If you say 15 divided by 2, which is the middle, that would be your median, right? And that is why the answer for number 41, the answer for number 41 would be your median. Alright, then this one, the pie chart drawn below, drawn to scale, shows the student how many students use 12 hours in studying, right? English, maths, French, and geography. Now, if this is drawn to scale, we can say that this is a 90 degrees, right, or a quarter. Right, so we know this is a quarter, and they said that this entire thing is 12 hours. So we know a quarter of 12 hours, a quarter multiplied by 12 is equals to 3. Right, so when they say the amount of time she spent studying mathematics is approximately, that's 3 hours. Right, and that's how you would have gotten this answer. Number 43, the mean of four numbers, 4, 8, x, and 12 is 10. So we know that mean or average is found by adding the total. It would be the total number of numbers, so that's 4 plus 8 plus x plus 12, and you divide this by 4 because that's the total number of items, which is equals to 10. right? So we carry this across. This would be 4 plus 8 plus x plus 12 is equals to 40. Now, 8 and 12 is 20, 20 and 4 is 24, so 24 plus x is equals to 40. So if I want to find x, x would be 40 minus 24, which is equal to, so 40 minus 24 is 16. So when we subtract this, you get 16. So x is equals to D. So the answer is D. Number 44, item 44 refers to the following table, which shows the response of 100 persons from two ethnic groups, P and R, to a survey about their attitude towards mathematics. If they are positive, um, ethnic group P is 25%, is 25 of them as positive, while 12 of them are, ethnic group R, 12 of them have positive attitudes. Neutral, 11 persons in ethnic group P is neutral, and 9 persons in ethnic group R is neutral. And then negative, we have 24 persons uh, um, in ethnic group P have a negative attitude towards mathematics, while 19 have a negative um, attitude towards mathematics in ethnic group R. Right? And then they told you total is 37 persons have a positive attitude, 20 persons are neutral, 43 persons are negative, and then in ethnic group P it was 60 persons and ethnic group R was 40 persons. This was the total, right? The correspondence is selected at random. What is the probability that the selected respondent from ethnic group P has a positive attitude towards mathematics? Now, in probability, the most important formula that you would ever hear me say, it is desired over your total. And what is your desired? Your desire is that in ethnic group P they have a positive attitude towards mathematics. How many persons in ethnic group P has a positive attitude towards mathematics? 25. So your desired is 25 over your total, because they didn't really tell you what is the specific group we're looking at. So it would be over 100, right? And then this would be a quarter, or 0.25. So your answer would be A. And that is the end of May, June 2024. Now we're going to be doing January 2024. Paper 1, section 5, number 39 to 44. Right, the first question says that item 39 to 40 refers to the following frequency distribution, which shows an average mass in kilograms of a group of children in school. The lower limit of the median is, so the median is the middle. We know that to find the median, you would have to add up the number of children and divide by 2 first, right? So the first thing we're going to do is, we know that there is, when you add all of this, you're going to get 150. Right? This is equals to 150. So your median will be located 150 divided by 2, which is equals to 75. So you're looking for the location of your 75th child. Now, 29 plus 47 is 9 and 7 is 16, right? 16, and then 4, 5, 6, 7. So when you add these two, you know that this, when you're going into this frequency here, or this mass here, that's your 76th child. So your 75th child would be found between, not between, would be found here. Right? So they want the lower limit, and your lower limit is A, 31. how many children have a mass of the most? For the most is 50. So you're looking at anything lower than 50, right? So that's 29 plus 47 plus 24, right? So that's the region we're looking between 21 to 50, right? And when we do that, when you add all of that up, right? 29 plus 47 plus 24, 29 plus 47 plus 24, you're going to get 100. So you know the answer would be D for number 40. Then let's look at this. Item 41 refers to the following table, which shows the frequency distribution of scores obtained by students on a test. What is a modal score? The modal score means most popular, right? Which one is most popular? We have 8 persons scoring 2, 4 persons scoring 3, 6 persons scoring 5, 3 persons scoring 6, 12 persons scoring 8, and 2 persons scoring 11. The most popular would be the most popular score, right? Now we have 12 students 12 students scoring 8 points. So the score would be, the most popular would be 8. All right. Now let's look at this one. So first off, let's read it. Item 42 refers to the following diagram of a cumulative frequency curve, which shows the marks obtained by 200 students. The lower quartile of the marks scored by 200 students. Lower quartile, right, just means we are looking at a quarter. Right? So a quarter, so lower quartile is equals to a quarter multiplied by 200. That's the position, which would be 50. So you're looking at position 50. Why is this so? Okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And you're going to go up. Hold on. Sorry. This is it. Not not this. This is your marks. This is Alright, so first off, when we are doing this, let's just zoom in. You're looking for the location of 50. This is 10, this is 20, and then we went to 1. This is, no, that's 40. That's 40, 80, 120, 160. I believe that is how it's going. Alright? Hopefully that's how it's going. So we know that 40 spaces, we need to find out where 50 is located. We know 40 spaces, not 40 spaces. We know that 40 cumulative frequency is equals to 10 spaces. Right? So one of the cumulative frequency would be 10 over 40. So we know one of those blocks here is a quarter. Okay, so now we want to know where 50 cumulative frequency, which is where we have this here, would be a quarter multiplied by 50 over 1, which is 12.5. So you're going to count 12.5. So this is 10, 11, 12, and 0.5 is going to be right there. Everyone seeing that? So now, with your graph, you're going to go right across at where 12.5 is located. And then you're going down. Right? We can see that that is about 31. If anything, it's not none of these. It's not 35, 37, and 45. This is right before 30, or maybe even 30. Is just how I drew it. So looking at the graph here and the answers that is given, we know that your answer is going to be A, 30. Right? So your answer here is 30. Then let's look at number 43. Item 43 refers to the following bar chart, which shows the ages of children who took part in a survey. Right? A child is selected at random. What is the probability that the child is more than 4 years old? So first off, we need to find out how many children. We have 3 children here, 4 children here, 2 children here, 5 children here and 1 children here. Your total number of children would be, when you add all of that up, you are going to get an answer of 15. Right? This is probability. By the way, this is 15. We want to know more than 4 years old. We see that more than 4 years old would be 4 plus 2 plus 5 plus 1. So your desired DESIRED would be 4 plus 2 plus 5 plus 1. That's children who's more than 4 years old, which is 12. So my probability would be 12 out of the 15, which is 4 out of 5. So my answer for this is D, and that is how I would get this. Right? Then I look at 44. 600 students sit an examination. The probability of a random selected student passing the exam is 4/5. How many students are expected to fail? So they told you that 4/5 pass, right? So we need to find out how many fail. So if I know that fail, sorry, let me get my pen. My fail would be a quarter. If 4/5 pass, not a quarter. If 4/5 pass, then how many fail would be 1/5. 1/5 multiplied by how many students? 600 would be equals to 120. So how many expected to fail? 120. Or you could have found out how much was passed, which is 4/5 multiplied by 600 over 1. This is 120. This is 480. So 480 pass. So fail would be 600 minus 480, which is equals to 120. This is the next way you could have done this question. And that is how you would do, and that is the end of January 2024. So now we're going to go on to May-June 2023. Paper 1, Section 5, which is the statistics section, numbers 39 to 44. Number 39 says, Mrs. Clark, this is a repeated question, right? Mrs. Clark arranged 15 test scores of her students in order of size and selected the 8th student. We said that the 8th student score for the reporting purposes. Which of the following statistical measurement did Miss Clark obtain? Now, from the information given, the only answer would be D, which is median. We can't find mean and stuff from the information given here. We could only find your median. Right? Item 40 and 41 refers to the following diagram, which shows the cumulative frequency curve base. As I was saying, item 40 and 41 refers to the following diagram, which shows a cumulative frequency curve based on the marks of 200 students who took a driving test. How many students scored at most 45 marks? For the most, they're scoring 45, right? So that's 45 or less. So we're looking at 45, all right? Right, this is where 45 is located. I'm just going to zoom up so we can see. 45 is located right here. Here's my marker. 45 is located right here. Right, and we want to know the cumulative. We want to know how at most, so we're going up and then across. So we're going up on the curve, and then you're going across. Now, looking at this, right, looking at where it is at and the answers given, this clearly cannot be 170, right? The most logical answer this can be from the options given would be 166, right? So even you don't need to solve it like how you normally would in a section 2 paper. This question you don't need to, like, they're giving you options. Unless you have like answers that are very close together, then you would have to find, like, if one space is 10 spaces is equals to 40, then one space would be a quarter, and then we want no, that's 20, yeah, 10, 20, 30, 40, 41 spaces would be a quarter by 41, which is about 166, right? That is how you would have done it if you are solving and showing all the work. And this is because they give you answers, we can see that the closest to 160 is 166. Not even 170. 170 would be a little above, right? Then they said number 41, the median mark scored by 200 students is, now that is 100, right? Because it's 200 students, we know that the median would be at 200. I'm sorry, the median would be a half of 200 is 100. So 100 is somewhere here, because this is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and you go right across and you go down. That is a little more than 35, right? But not quite between 35 and 40. So if 100 is located here, and you go across, and then you go down, again, you see that it's not quite at 40, but it's a little bit more than 35, right? And the options given, the only answer this could be would be B, 37. Right, 40. That was 41. Let's look at 42. In a box, there are 8 red marbles, 7 blue, and 6 green marbles. 1 marble is picked up randomly. What is the probability that is neither blue nor green? Now, again, probability is their desired over your total. Now, we know that my total is 8 plus 7 plus 6, right? 8 and 7 is 15. 15 plus 6 is 21. So that is over 21. And your desired would be that it is neither green nor blue. Blue and green is, so your desired would be 8. We want to know how much is red, basically. So it'll be 8 over 21, which is A. And that is how you would do this question. Number 43 refers to the following pie chart, which shows a popular game played by 720 students. How many students play cricket? Cricket, we see that everything here is in some kind of different unit, right? This is 36 degrees. This is 30%. So if we want it as degrees, that's 30 over 100 multiplied by 360 over 1, right? This would be 100 and, hold on, 6 threes are 18, so this is 108. 3 threes are 9 plus the 1, so this is 108 degrees. This is 90 degrees because it's a quarter, and we need to find cricket. Cricket would be 360 subtract, and you could actually put this in percentage if you wanted to. You know what, let's put this in percentage because that is going to make things a lot easier on you rather than degrees, right? 36 over 360 multiplied by 100 over 1, this is 10%, right? This is 10%, this is 25%, so cricket would be 30 plus 25 plus 10, right? That's 35, and 30 is 65. So cricket would be 100 minus 65, which is 5, and then that's 35, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, that's 35%. So we want what is 35%, so this is 35%. We want to know what is 35% of 720. When you multiply this out, you are going to get an answer of 252. Right, and that's how you would have done this question. Right. Let's go on number 44. Item 44 refers to the following two-way table, which shows the ways in which 200 students in a group are transported to school on a particular day. We have male and female, either bus, taxi, walk, or your total. A student is picked up at random from the group. What is the probability that the student is male, right, and they travel taxi on that day? So that's 50, and they say a student is picked at random, so they're talking about all your students. So that's 50, your desired is 50, right, because it's male and taxi, over your total. In this case, your total would be 200. So you'll say a quarter, so the answer is A. And that is how you would do this question. Right? Then we're going to look at, oh, and that is the end of May, June 2023. Let's look at January 2023. Paper 1, Section 5, which is Statistics, number 39 to 44. Item 39 and 40 refers to the following table, which shows the number of books that 58 students bought at a sale. The mode, what number 39, the mode of the number of books bought is the most popular number of books bought, right? Most popular number of books bought would be 13. 13 is the most set of students, and who bought 13? That is 5. So 5 is the most popular number of books bought. Right, then we're looking at number 40. The median number of students bought at sale is... Okay, so we know that the median is your middle. We know there are 58 students, right? So your median, let me just write this here. Your median is going to be located at 58 divided by 2, which is equals to 29. So you're looking for your 29th student, right? So that is, these are your students. 9 and 9 is 18, right? 18 and 13, that's 31. So therefore, we are going to be looking at this. This is where your 39th student is. And what is the number of books? That is 5. So the answer for this would be B, which is 5. Alright, let's look at number 41. 41, item 41 refers to the following pie chart, which shows popular games drawn by a group of students. This is we just now did something like this, huh? We said this was 10%. Hold on. 10%. This was 25%, right? If 180 students play football, how many students are there in the group? That's 720, right? If a quarter is equal to 180, then 4 out of 4 would be 180 multiplied by 4, which is equal to 720. And that is your answer for this question. Number 42, item 42 refers to the following pie chart, which shows the amount of fish bought in kilograms by the first 60 customers at a fish market. How many customers bought at least, for the least amount? So we're looking at 6 and more, right? 6 kilograms of fish, right? So we're looking at, this is 11, this is 9, this is 10, and this is 11, right? So when you add all of that up, hold on, sorry, I'm looking at less than. My bad, this is incorrect. For the least is 6 kilograms. So you're looking for at 6 kilograms, 7 kilograms, and like that. So this is 11, this is 5, this is 4, this is 7, and this is 3. Right? So now we know that when you add all of this up, it is going to be 30. Right? 7 and 3 is 10. 10 and 9 is 19. 19 and 11 is 30. So how many customers bought at least 6 kilograms of fish? 30. C. Right? C would be your answer for this question. Let's look at 43. Item 43 refers to the following diagram, which shows a cumulative frequency curve of plants of curve of the height of 20 plants. The interquartile range of the set is measured as, now we need to know what is interquartile. Interquartile range, which is IQR, let me just do this. IQR is Q3 minus Q1, and that would be Q3, which is is 3/4 of the total, which is 20, which would be 15, and Q1 is equals to a quarter multiplied by 20, which is 5. Right? When you subtract 15 minus 5, 15 subtract 5, you're going to get 10. Sorry, no, 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 we're not going to do that just yet. We need to find the cumulative frequency. The height, sorry. So we're looking at 15 and you're going across like this. And then you're going down like this. Right? And then at 5 is like this. And then like this. Right. So what we have to understand is that here we need to find out how many spaces. We're looking at the difference between these two. Right? Which you could probably count, 5 spaces, right? Is no, they have an answer a little bit too close. We know that one space is equal to 2 divided by 5. That's what we know, right? Because we have 5 spaces is equals to 2. So one space would be 2 divided by 5. Good job. Right? So we want, let's see, 1, 2, we're looking at the difference between these two, so I'm going to look at the difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 2/5 multiplied by 7 over 1, 7, 2s are 14. 14 divided by 5 would be 5 into 14 is 2. Right, then we have 45 into 40 is 8. There's no 2.8. So the closest, remember, this is just according to me, right? It may be a little bit less. What number is closest to 2.8? 2.6. So the answer would be B. Alright, so now let's look at item 44. Item 44 refers to the following table, which shows the results of a survey of 100 persons with two major ethnic groups, P and R. Respondents were interviewed with their attitude towards mathematics. Number 44 says a respondent with the ethnic group P is selected at random. What is the probability that he has a negative attitude towards mathematics? Now, because we're looking at ethnic group P, the total is going to be 60 and not 100. If they told you the respondent was chosen at random, then you would use 100. But they said it was from group P. So we are going to put your probability is your desired over your total. Your desired is that they have a negative attitude towards mathematics, which is 24. And then your total, because it came from ethnic group P, we would have 60. So 24 over 60 is equals to, divide this by, if I divide by 6, 12. Divide by 12, divide by 12. You're going to get 2 over 5. So the answer for this would be 2/5, which is D. And that is the end of January 2023. Now we're going to look at May, June 2020. 2022 paper 1 section 5 numbers 39 to 44. Again, section 5 is statistics. Item 39 and 40 refers to the following frequency distribution, which shows the average mass in kilograms of a group of children in school. The number of children who has a mass of that's less than or equal to 40 is, we're looking at less than or equal to 40. So that is this direction here. So that's 28 plus 40, which is, I believe, 68. So the answer for this one is D. Right? Then let's look at 40, the upper boundary of the median classes. So now we know median is in the middle. Where is the middle located? We need to know the total frequency. Your total frequency, when you add all of this, you're going to get 129. So your median will be 129 divided by 2, which is equals to 64.5. So we're looking at for where the 64.5 student is. Right? When you add 28 and 40, you're going to get 68. So my 24, well, you can't have a 64.5%, but that 64.5 is located in this region here. After 28, we went to 28 plus 40 is 68. So my 68, my 24.5 person would be at they want the upper boundary, so because they want the upper boundary, that would be at 40, right, between 40 and 41, which is 40.5, and that is how you would get this answer here. Then you look at number 41, which is a repeated question. Mrs. Clark with a 15 test. We know it's median. A pie chart below is drawn to scale. This was our next repeated question. Use 12 hours in studying English, math, French, and geography. Math is a quarter, right? Or it looks like a quarter. A quarter of 12 is 3, so it's 3 hours. Right, then this one here, this is our next repeated question. If you did not remember, we added 4 plus 8 plus x plus 12, right? And we said it was 16, I believe, was the answer. Right, then we have item 44 refers to the okay, so as I was saying, item 44 refers to the following table, which shows the results of a survey of 100 persons with two major ethnic groups, P and R. Respondents were interviewed about their attitude towards mathematics. The respondents selected at random, so they selected at random. They did not have a preference of ethnic group. So you know we're looking at a total of 100. Okay, what is the probability that he has a positive attitude towards mathematics? Again, don't have a they don't have a what you call this thing, they don't have a preference to their ethnic group, so it would be 37 over your probability is your desired over your total, which is equal to 37 over 100, which as we know would be 0.37. And that is the end of May-June 2022. Let's look at January 2022. So when we paper 1, section 5, numbers 39 to 44, we know section 5 is statistics. Let's look at this. These questions are repeated questions, so it's similar to the types of questions that we usually get, right? Item 39 and 40 refers to the following frequency distribution, which shows the average mass in kilograms of the number of children in a school. The upper limit of the modal class is, modal class means most popular. The most popular is 40. They want the upper class, right? So your upper class is going to be 60. Right? 60. Let's just C. Well, how many children has a mass greater than 40 kilograms? So you're looking at this, this, and this. 24 plus 40 plus 18. When you add 24 plus 40 plus 18, you are going to get 82. So your answer would be D. Right? Item 41 refers to the following table, which shows a frequency table. Frequency of scores of students on a test. The modal score is the most popular. This is a repeated question. That's 8. This question here, item 42, refers to the following diagram of a cumulative frequency curve, which shows the marks obtained by 200 students on a test. The median mark scored by 200 students, median means the middle. So we were looking at 100. 100 is here. We go across and then we go down. We see it's a, oh well, excuse how my line is drawn. We see it's a little bit above 35, but not more than 40. So 35 would have been here, right? So it's not this, it's not 30, it's not 100. So the answer would be C. So then let's look at number 43. How many children took part in the survey? Meaning we want the total number of children, right? So this was 3. This is a repeated question, and if you recall, we had to add at some point, and the total was 15, right? 600 right an examination. The probability of randomly selected students failing is 1/5. How many students pass? We did a question like this, but instead of telling you they failed, they told you 4/5 pass, right? So we know that, well, if 1/5 failed, then 4/5 would have passed, and we say 4 over 5 multiplied by 600. 5 into 5, 1, 5 into 600, 120, which is 480. So we know 480 pass. Alright, and that is the end of January 2022. Let's look at May, June. May, June 2021. Alright, paper 1, section 5, which is statistics, number 39 to 44. The Right, 39. This is a repeated question with Miss Clark, and she has 15 test scores, and she chose the 8. The information given, we can't find the mean, the mode, or the range. We could only find the median, which is the middle. Alright, this was a next repeated question. Well, it looks like a repeated question. They want to know the median score of 200 students, which is, median is the middle of 200 is 100. We know that 100 is located here. We go across, and then we go down. We see it's more than 35, but less than 40. The only answer that fits that description is B, which is 37.5. Alright? This one, the highest mark score in the test was, so your highest mark would have been, according to what we're seeing here, would have been 60, because your marks here go up to 60, and we only have the graph there, right? So there is, your highest marks would have been 60, which is B. We redid this question. What in a box there's 8 red, 7 blue, 6 green. 1 marble is picked at random. What is the probability that is neither blue nor green? That would have been your desired, which is 8, which is how many is red. If it's neither blue nor green, then it has to be red, over your total, which is 21. So the answer would have been A. Alright, item 43 refers to the following pie chart, which shows the popular games of 720 students. How many plays cricket? Cricket here, if you guys remember, right, this was 10, this was 30, this was 25, and this was 35%, right? So 35 of 720, 35 over 100 multiplied by 720 over 1, you would have gotten, I believe, 252. And we did this question. This was a question we did already. Alright, item 44 refers to the following two-way table, which shows the mode of transportation in school on a particular day, a group of 200 students. A male student is picked at random from the group. So the male student is picked at random from the group. So we're not looking at female, we're just looking at males, okay? So you cannot use a total of 200. We have to use a total of 108. What probability that he does not walk? Right, so we know not walk would be 30 plus 50, which is 80. So your desired would be 80 males out of 108, right? This is divisible by 4 twos, 2. No, no. This is divisible by 4, and this is also divisible by 4. This would be 20, and 108 divided by 4 is 27, sorry. So the answer would be 20 over 27. That's how you would have gotten this one. And that is the end of May, June 2021. Now we're going to look at January 2021. Paper 1, section 5, number 39 to 44. Item 39 refers to a following table, which shows the number of books 58 students bought at a sale. The modal number of books, so the most popular number of books is, although the table is a bit fuzzy, we can see that 13 persons bought 5 books, so 5 would be a modal, right? Item 40 refers to the following pie chart, which shows that popular games played by 720 students. How many students play cricket? Cricket here is 35%. And we did this one, 35 of 720 was 252. Alright, so that would be the answer for this one. Alright, this one here, this is a repeated question as well. Item 41 and 42 refers to the following chart in which shows the amount of fish bought in kilograms by the first 60 customers in the fish market. How many customers bought at least 6 kilograms? So you're looking at this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one here, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was 30 something. It was 30. Right? But let's just check. This is 11. Where's my pen? This was 11. This was 5. This was 4. This was 7. And this was 3. 7 and 3 is 10. 5 and 4 is 9. 10 plus 9 is 19. 19 and 11 is 30. So the answer is D. The median bought of the number of fish. The median amount of fish bought by the customer. So we know there are 60 customers. So your median, we are looking at 60 divided by 2, which is 30. So you're looking at your 30th customer. We have, this here was 11, this here was 10, and this here was 9. So 11 plus 10 is 21, and 21 plus 9 is 30. So my 30th customer would be here, and we know that is not 5 kilograms. Is it 5? Yeah. Hold on. Because it's the 30th, it would be between 5 and 6. So therefore, we get 5.5 kilograms, right? Item 41 refers to the following diagram. Item 43. Item 43 refers to the following diagram, which shows a cumulative frequency curve of the height of 20 plants. The interquartile range, now, this was a lot of working. If you guys recall, we did this. We said that the interquartile range is Q3 minus interquartile range is your third quartile minus your first quartile. Your third quartile is 3/4 of 20 minus 1/4 of 20. So this was 15 and this was minus 15 and 5. You're looking at the location of 15. When it was 15, it was right here. Again, this is not drawn to scale, guys. And then 5 was drawn here. So you're looking at the middle of that. Right? So we know that if 5 spaces is equals to 2, then 1 space would be 2/5. And how many spaces? We're looking at the difference between these two. So that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. You're looking at how many spaces, boy? It's a little bit blurry, but you could probably find for this one, which was 2 point. There was 6 spaces, and 6 spaces would be, this would be 2.4, and this one here would be 7.3. The difference between 2.4 and 7.3 is, again, it may not be exact, but the closest answer is 5. Alright? Last one in January 2021 for statistics, item 44 refers to the following table, which shows its results of a survey of 100 persons with 2 major ethnic groups and their attitude towards mathematics. Right, a respondent from the ethnic group P. So they're telling you it's from P. So you're looking at your total of 60. It's selected at random. What is their negative attitude towards mathematics? That's 24. So again, probability is your desired, which is 24 over total. And because they only chose from ethnic group P, it would be 24 over 60. This is divisible by 12, and this is also divisible by 12, so it would be 2 over 5. So the answer would be D. And that is the end of January 2021. Let's look at January 2020. Paper 1, Section 5, which is statistics 39 to 44. The median number is the middle, so this one had listed out, so you just cross the first and last, second and second to last, third and third to last, fourth and fourth to last. There are two digits here, so you say 6 plus 7 and then divided by 2. 6 plus 7 is equals to 13. 13 divided by 2 is 6.5, so your median is C, 6.7. Alright, um, this one here, the item 40 refers to the following frequency table, which shows the time taken for 20 students to solve a math problem. The lower class boundary of intervals 3 to 5. So we are looking at the lower class boundary, which would be 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 divided by 2, which is 2.5. When I'm looking at it, they just ask you for, so it would be 2.5. Item 41 refers to the following table, which shows the frequency of scores obtained by the students in a test. What is the modal score? This is a very easy question. We see that there are 12 students who scored 8, so 8, and that's a repeated question as well. Alright, 42, the media scores marked by 200 students. This is our next repeated question. A half of 200 is 100. It was here, and then when you go down, you see it's not quite at 35, and it's not quite at 40, so it'll be 37.5. Right, item 43 refers to the following bar chart, which shows the ages of children who took part in the survey. How many children took part in the survey? We did something like this, and even if you don't add it up, this is not 75, and this could definitely not be 87, and it cannot be 5. Most logical answer would be 15, or you could simply just add 3 plus 4 plus 2 plus 5 plus 1. Alright, this is our next one. We know that 1/5 fail. They want to know how many pass, which would be 4 out of 5 multiplied by 600, which is equal to 480. Alright, and that is the end of January 2020. Now we're going to look at May, June 2019. Alright, May, June 2019, sorry, paper 1, section 5, which is just statistics 39 to 44. Let's look at this question. What is the modal age? Most popular age would be 7. Right? 7 is your most popular. We have 5 children that have the ages of 7. Right? So the answer would be C. Looking at this, this is it's quite repeated, right? So this should be 37.5, but still check it out. Item 40 to 42 refers to the frequency diagram, which shows a cumulative frequency based on 200 students who took a driving test. They want a median, which is a half of 200 is 100. So it's here, and then you go right down. You see it's not quite 40, but more than 35, so that's how we got 37.5. What is the interquartile range? When we did this, right, if you remember it, I'll do it, but the interquartile range, oh, it changes here. Alright, let's check. So we know that your interquartile range is Q3, the location of Q3, and Q1. So Q3 minus Q1. Q3 is 3/4 of 200, which is 15, and then a quarter of 100 is 5. So you're looking for 15. Sorry, it would be 150. 150 and 50, right? 3/4 of 200 and a quarter of 200 is 50. So at 50, hold on, is this max? Right. So 150. First off, we know at 50, we know that 20, sorry, we know that 40 is equals to 20. 1 would be 20 over 40, which is equals to half. Yeah. So you want 50, which would be 25. So you're looking at 5, 10. No. I said 20, but it's 10. Sorry. It's supposed to be a quarter. So a quarter multiplied by 50 is equals to 4 into 5 is 1 remainder. 1, 5. 4 into 10 is 2 remainder 2. So it would be 12.5. So this is 12.5. Let's just zoom up so we can see it. Because this one I don't want to just guess. At 12.5 it would be, this is 10, 11, 12.5 would be somewhere here. Right? And you go down. Which could be almost 30, okay? And then that is your quartile, and then you want your interquartile. Sorry, not your interquartile. You want your third quartile or your upper quartile, which is 150. We see that that would be let's zoom out. Would be a quarter of 150. So 150. Hold on. 150 would be a quarter of 150, which is 4 into 15 is 3. 4 threes are 12, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 3. 4 into 30 is not 8. 8 fours are 32. 7. 7 eights are 28. 28, 29, 30. Right? That's 5. 37.5. So 5, 10, 15. Let's just zoom up so we can see it. Um, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. We said it's 30 what? 37. So 35 is here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And then 35, 36, 37. Right here. So if you look at this, the difference between is about 30 and 40 is 10, right? There's no 10. The closest answer is B. Alright? 12.5. Let's look at this number 43. The following table shows a frequency of scores. What and it says the range of scores is. So your range would be your highest minus your lowest, which is 10 minus 2, which is 8. So the answer is 8. That is your range, which is C. Right, item 44. The male student. This is a repeated question. Well, when they're telling you item 44 is referred to the following two-way table, which shows the mode of transportation on a school on a particular day for a group of 200 students. A male student, which is 108, right, is picked at random from a group that is a probability that does not walk, which would be it does not walk, would be 30 plus 50 is 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 80 over 108. We know this was divisible by 4 and this was divisible by 4, which was 20 over 27. And I believe the answer is C. That is the end of May, June 2019. Now let's go look at January 2019. Paper 1, section 5, numbers 39 to 44. Right, they want the modal score. What is the most popular score? Which one you're seeing the most would be 3. Right? You're not seeing any more. Right, you're looking at it, you'll see 3 is the most popular. That's the score that you're seeing the most in the list here. Item 40 refers to the following pie chart, which shows 720 students. How many students played cricket? This is 35%. This is a repeated question. It was 252. Right. Then this one, how many students read exactly 4 books? We have, this is 11. So 11, hold on. No, 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 that's not 11, that's 9. 9 students read exactly 4 books. The median number of books bought by a student is, the median would be located at 58 divided by 2, which is 29. You're looking for the 29th student. Right, your 29th student would be located, first off, this is 8. I just put how much? This is 8. This is 9. This is 13. This is 11. This is 10. And this is 7. You're looking for your 29th student. 8 and 9 is 17. 17 and 13. 17 and 13 is 30. So we know that my 29th student would be in this area here, which is 5. Right. Is this for the item 43 and 44 refers to a diagram which shows a cumulative frequency of polygons of length in meters of 20 fish that were caught by 2 fishermen. The semi-interquartile length, we know that semi-interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. Right? Q3 is 3/4 of 20, which is equals to 15, and Q1 is equals to 5. Right, so you're looking for 15, which is somewhere here. 5 is here. So you're going to look at the distance from here to here. Right, when you do that, that is 1. This was at 3.7 and this was at 1.2. When you subtract it, you'll get 2.5. So the answer for this is 2.5. The difference between the two. The fish is selected at random. What is the probability that that is at a it is a that it is at least 1.8 meters long? 1.8 is somewhere here. So that would be, doing that 1.8 is somewhere here. So if you look at this, 1.8 is here and you go across, you're looking for something more than 5. It's not at 12 because that would have been this region here, and it's not at 15. So from a process of elimination, B. Right, then that is the end of January 2018. Let's look at May, June 2018. Paper 1, Section 5, which is Statistics, number 39 to 44. What is the modal age? 7. 7 is the modal age. We have 5 persons that are 7 years old. Right? How many children took part in the survey? This is, even if you look at the options, the most logical answer would be B, 15. Right? Then you look at the next one is the asking for the median. We did something like this and we got 6 and 7 to be the middle line. You say 6 plus 7 is 13. 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. So the answer is 6.5. What is the probability of random obtaining at least 2 heads? When 3 coins are tossed simultaneously, there's a HHH, HHT, HTH, HTT, THH, THT, TTH, and TTT. So we know that your probability is your desired over your total. Right, so your desired, we have at least 4 persons have at least 2. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. 4 persons out of your total, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 out of 8, which is equals to a half. So the answer is C, a half. Alright, let's look at 44. This is a next question. They're asking you how much students pass. We know that 4/5, which is how much pass of 600, is 480. Alright, this question, what is the interquartile range? Did we do this question? We did. Sorry. This is Q3, which is 15. Hold on. Right, and then 5 is this. So you're seeing that there's one, hold on, two little places, 1 and 2. So you're looking at 2, and this is a little bit more than 1, so we would say 2.5. So it would not be A and it would not be B. And definitely it would not be D because we're looking for the difference between here to here. It would not be 3.7 because that's not 3. It can't be 1 because we know 1 is 2 spaces. We have 4 spaces, so it's either B or C. Then we say 4.2.1, but we have this additional here and this additional here. That can't possibly just be 0.1. So from a process of elimination, it would be 2.5. And that is the end of May, June 2018. Let's look at January 2018. January 2018, paper 1, section 5, which is statistics 40 to 45. Right, let's look at this. The median, we did this question already. It's 6.5, which is B. Right, this one, what is the modal? 8. This one here, what is the range? Range is from the smallest value, which is 150, and you're subtracting that number from the highest, which I believe is 170. Right, 170 minus 150, your answer should be 20. Then you look at this one, how many children took part in the survey? This is a question that we did a lot, but still counted. This is 3, this is 4, this is 2, this is 5, and this is 1. Right? This could never be 75 or 87. It has to be, the most logical answer would be 15, but add it up. 4 plus 2 is 4, 5, 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. Right, number 44, we want to know how many pass. This is our next repeated question. We know pass is 480, fail was 120. Right, then this one here is a student, a number we never saw before. Now, these is 40 to 45, right? Item 44 refers to the following pie chart, which shows the drinking preference of group of students. AOC is a diameter of a circle. If 12 students prefer lemonade, then the total number of students are. Okay, so this here is 180 because I told you that's the diameter. So 180 plus 120 plus lemonade is equals to 360. So lemonade would be 8, that is 3, it would be 60. It would be 300 minus 360 minus 300 is 60. So you want to know 60 degrees. That is 60 over 360, which is 1/6 multiplied by the total of 12. 6 going to 12. Wait. 6 going to 12. Oh, no, the asking for the total. So 12, sorry, my bad. So you know 6 over 360 is equal to 12. So that's 1/6 is equal to 12. So 6 over 6 would be 12 multiplied by 6, which is 720, which is B. And that's how you do this answer. This is 45. Right, and that is the end of January 2018. Let's look at May, June 2017. Right. So paper 1, section 5, 41 to 45. What is the modal age? That would be 7. I don't even have to read it, but it's 7. 7 is the most popular. How many took part in the survey? 15, which is, um, let's see. Then, what is the range of scores as the highest minus the smallest, which is 10 minus 2 is 8. This one is a repeated question. We haven't done it a while, but the answer is 16. 120 students write an exam. 100 are expected to pass. The estimated probability that a random selected student will be failed. So fail is 20 over your total 120. 16E. And that is the end of May, June 2017. Let's look at January 2017. Paper 1, section, well, supposedly section 5, not section 6. Section 5, number, and why is it 21? This is wrong, huh? They're supposed to say 41 to 45. How many students play cricket? This is a repeated question. This is 35%. 35% of 720 is, sorry, is 200 and something. So 252. The median, this is no, this is not a repeated question. They have different numbers. This first and last, second to last, third to last, fourth to last. 5 plus 9 is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Right, so that's the answer for 41. 42, this is a repeated question. They told you the total. They want to know the four numbers. The mean is 10, so your total, sorry, x would be 16. 43, at least 2 heads. We know it's desired over your total. Your desired was, I believe, 4, and your total was 8, and the answer was a half. If we recall, we did this question as well. A half. 44, the modal student. This is an easy one. You're looking for the most popular. You're looking 12 students. The most popular score is 2. Um, each of the letters of the words chance is written on a slip of paper, similar in shape and size. The slip of paper on that place in a bag and thoroughly shaken. What is the probability of randomly drawing C? We know C, there are 2 chances of drawing C, and out of your total, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is equals to a third. So the answer would be a third. Alright. And that is the end of January 2017 and the end of our statistics questions.